thanks for tuning in. Now, I know it might look weird to see the Chevelle here instead of the truck since we sold it, but Dan still has some old footage from before we got rid of it. And it wasn't an easy job, so let's give him a round of applause. Now, just me? Okay, well, hey Dan, run that intro.
Okay, for this one we have to go down into the rear suspension area and looking at this track bar. Okay, so here's the one side of the end link. You can see the bushing is completely gone. There's not even a nut or washer or anything on here, so we're going to replace all that. And here's the other side. You can see this is all pretty rusted up. This one does have a bushing because it was encapsulated, but it is pretty old and dried up. So we're going to pull this out. We'll go ahead and replace both of these. Put this wrench on this side and figure when I loosen this, that'll go up and get caught on that and lock up, hopefully. This is not really going on well. I think I need to cut this off and get this out of the way. See, it's things like this you find when you go into your truck that if you don't find it now, it'll be making noise. And here we go. What is that noise? What is that noise? What is that noise? So I'm going to cut this off. I don't have a torch, but it's too close to the frame anyway. Looks like it's bumped up too. So I'm going to Sawzall it. Yes, I am. So I'm going to get my Sawzall. There. That wasn't too bad. Now we have that out of the way, and I need a shower. Alright. So I could probably go with that. You still with me? All right. Came off pretty good. Get that off. Now this may need a little persuasion. All right, that'll loosen it up a little bit. All right. Nice. I'm going to put this bolt back in here just so I can get everything up to the workbench. I want to take a look at it. The mounts and everything else look pretty good. I'm going to have to clean this up a little bit. Just make sure there's no cracks, no damage. Looks good on that side. If they're the same size as the bolt, then at least I know what size I need. And it feels like it is, so I'll go ahead and I'll get a tap and come back down here. Okay, so I don't have a tap big enough, so what I'm going to do is just put some liquid wrench on here to try and soak some of that rust. And I did find a nut that was the correct size that I tested with the bolt that I took off. So I'm going to go ahead and basically kind of chase these threads with just the nut. On something this big, it's usually not too big of a deal because the threads are so meaty. On something that's real tiny, you probably don't want to do this, but you probably have tap and die set for smaller stuff. Alright, so I chased the threads with a nut. Since they're big, I just put some lubricant on there to release the rust, and it worked out pretty well. So now we can go ahead and get the bushing on. Alright, so we're ready to put the new bushings in this track bar and get it back in. So I got these energy suspension bushings. Actually, I just got them at a local hardware store. And they come with two sides. So got both sides in here. Hopefully it's the right size and it'll fit. I think I can just press them together. Probably won't even need to. I'm just going to clean out the insides of these and just press this one out, and then these should go right in. Alright, so I have the energy suspension bushing, and we have the track bar down here. So we're going to go ahead and press it in because I got to use this press for more than like barely anything. So these actually, they seem like they're going to go in without even pressing them in, but I have a press, so we're going to use it. So we're going to save the sleeve and do that last. We are going to do these, but we're going to take this pre-lube they give us, because they give it to us, so we should probably use it. And what we're going to do, I've already sanded the inside of that. Maybe you've seen that. Maybe you haven't. I don't know. So we're going to put a little bit of the pre-lube on here, just to help it go in better. And put that in there to get it started. And then we'll do this side. And I'll put that over there. So basically what we're going to do is just sandwich these in here like this and push them right in. Guess we don't need the press. And then we'll go ahead and put some more pre-lube on here. I might just be hiding in the corner of the garage for no reason. So make sure this is clean. Go ahead and put some pre-lube on here. Remember, we have another side, so don't use more than half of this stuff. And then we'll go ahead and get this started in here. Oh yay, it doesn't feel like it's going to press in. We'll have to use the press. So we're just going to put it right like that. Lock our press. Where's the arm? Oh no, I lost the arm. I thought it's supposed to be on this thing. Is it in here? Alright, and then we'll go ahead and press this in. This may take a while. Make sure it's lined up before you do this. Sounds good. I think that needs grease. Okay, and there we have our track bar bushing. And there you can see it's in there good. So we'll go ahead and this one we're going to have to press out first. So we're going to have to get some sockets, one that'll fit on the outside of the shaft and one that'll fit on the inside of the sleeve and the rubber. And we'll go ahead and press that out. I'm going to take all this hardware off first because we don't need that. Alright, so you want to make sure this is all straight and level before you start pressing. Alright, looks like it worked a little bit better, so let's go ahead and clean this up and see what's left. Okay, so I went over to the bench and the socket came completely through, but it did dislodge the rubber, so we're actually able to get this whole thing out. So I'm going to go ahead and just sand the inside of this, and then we'll go ahead and press the other side in. So get this other bushing all set, we're just going to pop it down, and then the track bar bushings will be done. Alright, so as you see, we got the bushings pressed in on both sides. I'm just going to clean up some of this grease, and that was pretty easy. If you don't have a press, you could probably also use a vise and just use that to tighten them up, or you can use a hammer. They went in really easy, so you don't really need a press. It's just that I don't get to use that thing very often, so I wanted to use it. But getting the old ones out, I think, is more important than getting the new ones in, as far as being careful and making sure that you don't nick anything or damage anything. This bar itself is a steel bar. Of course, I'm not really lower in this truck, so I'm able to reuse this. I'm not going to clean it up because I'm trying to keep that patina look, but if you are reusing yours, of course you probably want to paint it up and do it like I did the ones on the Chevelle, just make them look a little nicer. And if you are lowering the truck a certain amount, I'm not sure what it is, do your research, but if you lower it too much, then you need an adjustable bar, and that'll go ahead and shorten this distance, because once it's up too far on the suspension travel, you're going to need an adjustable bar. But for this one, we are good to go. So we're going to go ahead and get it back on the truck. So that's it. The track bar bushings was actually one of the easier jobs on these trucks. You don't need a lift. You could do it with just a jack and a couple of jack stands as long as you can get under your truck. If it's lowered or you have a crazy different suspension from stock, then you may need an adjustable track bar. If you're doing that, they usually come with the bushings, and you may need to adjust it with center line and all sorts of stuff that we're not dealing with on this one here. So we're going to call that one a wrap, and see you in the next one.
Well, that's it for this episode. You can leave comments below, give this video a thumbs up, and make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell so you get notifications when new videos are uploaded.
Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Until then, stay positive, keep on wrenching. You're like, hey gearheads, thanks for tuning in. I know it's weird to see the Chevelle here in the truck gone, but Dan still had some footage of work that he's done to it in the past, so here's another one of those episodes. This one, he's going to be replacing the bushings on the track bar. It was a pretty easy job for him, so let's insert talent here. And action.
Still don't know what I'm doing. Hey gearheads, thanks for tuning in. On this episode of Dan's Garage, Dan will be replacing...
So here's the pumpkin end, or the rear end side. So for this one, we have to go down, deep into the depths, to the link bar. Is that what it's called? Link bar. I think it's a sway, end link, third link. Anyway, track bar. That's it, track bar. Let's shoot that again. It's something you don't need a lift for. Bugs. Whoa. Well, that wasn't good. I'll get a tap and come back down here. Or a die. Tap a hole, die, thread. I'm gonna get a die.